Today I'm going to test glazes. My intention is to mix ash and clay. I've got 4 different clays that I dug and found like within my area. One of them is a bit further. It's from the Cape along the sea. I did little tests last week off camera. You can actually have a look. This is kind of one. This is a red clay, ash and Cornish stone. Here's a white clay, kaolin, ash and Cornish stone. And then I mixed one of the same things up and I added a little bit of cobalt and copper carbonate, and it kind of came out quite cool. So here's on red clay, came out quite nice. I want to test this but without the Cornish stone, using 100% local materials, because that would be really awesome. I have a bunch of ash. It's just from my fire over winter, from the fireplace inside. And then I got this black clay which I dug here in Pretoria. That's the same stuff I used on the kiln. I got some of this white kind of powdery clay. I got a purple version that's also soft and powdery. It breaks up quite easily. And then I have the red wild clay that I found very close to my house as well. So I'm hoping one of these gives a good result. I've written a few recipes down, but basically they come down to 50% clay, 50% ash. I'm going to try out others that have like 75% ash, 25% clay, 75% clay, 25% ash, and so on. So I have a little scale. It's a precision scale. I've already bisked these. I will sieve it though, brush it on here, mark it and set it aside. I'm going to fire it to 1280 degrees. Okay, there's 5 grams of ash, red clay, 5 grams. I'm making really small batches. Just mix that up. So 50-50, and then I'll add 10 grams of water and I'll let it sit for a moment, and then I'll paint that onto my test tile. Yeah, let it dry a little bit. So it's thicker in the middle because of the little bowl, and I can see thinner thickness on the outside. So that's A5, 50% of my red clay and 50% ash. Just to clarify, it's wood ash. All this wood is actually all grown 2 blocks away from my house. The clay is about 2 kilometers from my house. So yeah, it's totally local. It's pretty awesome. Okay, the next batch is going to be 25% clay and 75% ash. There we go, 3 coats. 5 grams of ash, 5 grams of the Feldrift white clay, A7 tile that I marked out, and apply 1 coat. Wait for it to dry. Another coat like that, then another 3rd coat purple clay, 5 grams of ash, and then 10 grams of water. I expect this purple one and the red one and the black clay actually to all come out pretty much the same, but I'm just doing the test in case. And then another, yeah, that's it. I want a little bit extra to apply on another pot as well, so I'm going to do 10 grams with 20 grams of water. Okay, I went and mixed up a bunch of tiles. I ended up doing a few extra. I got 2 here, one on a red clay as well, of just 100% clay. That's that one from the ocean. I also decided to do 100% ash. One is washed ash, one is unwashed ash, sieved, unsieved. Basically, here's all the different tiles that I've made. I also made these 2 little pots. They're not beautiful pots, but I got 1 clay on the outside, 1 clay on the inside. Same with this one. So I'll fire these overnight and then I'll show you guys tomorrow. Tests are done. They're certainly not what I expected, but there is some sort of positive results. First one I did was 50-50 red clay, so this stuff, and ash. Didn't come out all that great. Looks a little matte and unexciting, so I'd have to play around with that one. Maybe if I do 60% ash it might be better. This is the same clay, 75% ash and 25% clay, and it kind of separated a lot more than I'd hoped for, so it's not that great. I also consider this a fail. I'll try it again with 60% ash, 50% clay, and maybe it would be better, but it doesn't seem that great. I think I'd have to add other stuff to help it make a bit more of a glass. The clay that I got at the ocean, this one actually looks really good. Got a very nice like glass layer to it. It's nice and shiny. I tested it on another bowl. On the inside there it ran, okay, the bowl cracked, but yeah, it looks quite good. I think this is promising. It stuck to the sides quite well. It didn't run too much. It is just a plain kind of creamish color, but that's fine. I didn't add any colorant, so that's good. I'm quite happy with this. I think I'm going to work on this one a bit more, and this is just 50% clay, 50% ash. Pretty awesome. The purple clay, I did not sieve it, so it came out pretty rough. You can see it's quite bubbly and looks quite horrible. But yeah, I'm not too excited by this. I don't think I'll be working on it too much. Unless I do want a very textured glaze, which I guess maybe I would work on it again. The black clay, which I actually thought wasn't going to do much. Turns out it seems to be pretty good. It's a brown, yellow, black color. But I think on a pot with a bit more texture, it might actually come out quite nice. This is the purple one on a pot. Doesn't look that great. Looks pretty rubbish. And then this is the black layer again on a flat tile. 50-50. Pretty good. Very nice glass layer. Yeah, so I'd like to test that on a mug or a vase or something else. I'm definitely going to try that one again. The clay that I got in Pretoria, which was also a whitish clay. It's a bit more of a cream color. It's got quite a lot of speckling within it, but it looks really nice. It's not completely glassy. Yeah, this is on a bowl. Seems okay. Ran a little bit on the one end over here. It melted and ran almost off the pot, but fine. So yeah, that one seeming good. That's just 50-50. The same clay that came out pretty good 50-50 with 75% ash, completely separated. I think the ash is at the bottom there and the clay is at the top. This is on a bowl. Looks pretty horrible. So yeah, not great. Can't go too much on the ash. Maybe I could go 60% ash or 55% ash and a little less clay. But yeah, the 50-50 seems to be a pretty good mix. Maybe if I add some other kind of stone to it, like feldspar or some Cornish stone, it would also come out really nice. But yeah, the intention with this was anyways 100% local materials. Then ocean clay on a dark clay and the white clay came out pretty matte. It works as a very matte glaze. I'm gonna have to test porosity and so on, but it did something. I'm not super excited, but it did something. This was the 100% ash test. This was the unwashed ash. This was the washed ash. Didn't really melt it. It melted a little bit on the edge there. I think maybe it wasn't in for long enough or I applied too much. I'll put these aside and I'll refire them again when I do a firing. Basically, it comes down to Pretoria clay. Not bad. It's got a bit of a glassy sheen. Got an interesting texture. Quite like that. I will try and make that better. Maybe if I add some blue or some green or some form of colorant, it might actually come out really nice. So this feels good. And then the Veldrift clay from the Cape. Very nice and glossy. Seems really positive. I'll definitely try this one again. And this is what I consider the Anlin clay. 50%. Very nice and glossy. Seems quite positive. Quite black, but I think on the right pot it could look pretty awesome. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that a little bit interesting. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, whatever. I'll see you in another one. Cheers.